Hi, thank you for clicking on today's video. If you're new here, I go by Nicky T, and I love creating PC build related content, gaming, and also anything that's related to tech. So what I have here is going to be my new personal PC. Now the backstory here, if you guys haven't seen my other content, is that I scored this 4090 directly from Micro Center. Shout out to Micro Center, you guys are awesome. I'm not sponsored, but I would absolutely love to be someday. I buy basically everything that I get from there. So I was just kind of browsing one night, flipping through, and then I was on their website. I saw this 4090 pop up and it was only for like $1,150. And I was like, there's absolutely no way. So I just added it to my cart immediately, picked it up 2 days later, and then here we go. Now I have a 4090. My personal build that I currently have is a 5950X and a 3080, which I've had for like 4 years now, maybe 5, I can't remember. I built it right when that 3080 dropped. That has been an amazing PC, but I'm typically like a 4 or 5 year cycle rebuilder for my personal rigs. So I think it's time. Scoring this 4090 definitely kind of propelled me to build a new rig, and honestly, I've been eyeballing this Phanteks Evolv case for a while, and looking at the brushed aluminum finish on this card and looking at the aluminum finish here, I think it looks really good. The metals are pretty close. They are slightly different, but that's okay. And I'm gonna work with this sleeving that I got that's gonna make this white. So I think it's gonna be really cool. I don't have all the parts that I would really like to put in here because eventually I wanna get one of those panoramic screens. Kind of thinking about doing a LED monitor here at the back. I don't know yet. There's a lot of possibilities in this case. Funny story is I was actually going to build this PC in another case, and I'll insert some of that footage in here. Sometimes you mix up the parts that you have. So this dark flash case is actually an MATX case, and I swore it was an ATX case. So everything that I just shot is kind of wasted because I have to use an MATX board now, and I don't have one. Awesome. I don't really want to spend any more money right now, but I guess we got to go to Micro Center. I was kind of use one of the spare PC cases that I had just to kind of like put it together. But as I was filming, I was gonna put in the motherboard, and turns out that that case actually is an MATX case, and I have an ATX board, and as you know, those don't fit. So I found that out. I kind of forgot that it was an MATX case because I bought it a while ago. So I actually just drove all the way to Micro Center to go get it. Luckily, Micro Center for me is only like 20 minutes away. So very thankful for that. And luckily they have this in stock. So here we are. Now we're gonna kind of redo this build video. I did swap out some parts. So I actually have this 360 AIO, the Frozen Warframe by Thermalright, and it's in white. So that's a bonus of switching to the white case versus the black one, and it's the 360 versus the 240 that I was going to use. And then I actually picked up the strimmer cables, the new Lian Li version 2s that work with the 12-volt power connector that's on the 4090. And I'm gonna use the X870 Steel Legion by ASRock, and then I have a 9800 X3D that I've already placed in here. That I'm going to use with it. I have updated the board to the latest BIOS, which is 3.26, and I actually went into the PBO curve optimizer, and I did a minus 40 millivolt underclock or undervolt. I did an undervolt on the actual chip, so we should be okay there. Shouldn't have any issues. Still crossing my fingers. I have this 1200 watts Edge by Lian Li, which is 80 plus gold. And I think it's gonna look awesome. All super nice white sleeve cabling. I think nobody does it better than Lian Li. That comes straight from the box. Yeah, of course, the 9800 X3D. It's gonna be the perfect pairing with the 4090. I I have this kit of 6000 T4 or Team Group 6000 megahertz 32 gigabyte CL30 kit. So plenty fast. I have a 2 terabyte Samsung M.2 NVMe, and then I have these LTC fans that they're kind of like a knockoff of the Lian Li Infinity fans. I think they kind of started that trend, but I haven't tried these personally. They daisy chain too, so I'm kind of curious to see, like, are these a good alternative to save some money? So I'll be doing a separate review on those, but I'm going to include them in this build. They are also white. So I have 6 reverse fans and 6 forward fans. So I'll be able to do a nice push-pull system here and even swap out some of the fans that are on the actual coolers. So everything looks the same. All right, so with that being said, really awesome to do another build here. I fully enjoy doing these builds on YouTube. Doing these for the last few months have been really awesome, and I've kind of just really come into doing this like tech PC related content. I've been doing this ever since I was a kid, and I finally decided, like, hey, let's do YouTube, you know, let's just put myself out there, do PC builds, and I've been meeting a lot of cool people that have been commenting on my videos. You guys are awesome. You guys are rock stars. You guys are the reasons why I keep deciding to do this. It's really fun just engaging with you. If you guys at any moment in this video really like the content, then consider subscribing. It really does help me. Right now I'm sponsoring everything on the channel by myself. And then drop a like on the video if you do enjoy it. It really does help me meet a new audience and push to more and more people and assist with that YouTube algorithm push. And then drop a comment down below. I respond to. Let's just jump right into this because I'm excited, and let's just build this thing. All right, see you guys. Man, this thing is packed in here. Shout out to Phanteks for their packing. I'm gonna do my technique here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but what I always do is I take the case and I flip it upside down, and then you can just kind of pull it out. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, it's out. Okay, then you flip it. This thing smells like wood. Maybe it's these. Interesting. They did an amazing job packing this. So that's always a bonus. I enjoy high quality packaging. Although I wish there was like a biodegradable version of packaging, because there really is a lot of waste. But the cool thing is I actually hang on to the boxes for these. I usually hang on to the boxes in case I ever want to sell them or something, so they still get used at least one more time. Okay. I do have it in the right orientation at least, so. I have not seen the white version in person yet. At Micro Center, they only have the black version on display. So we're gonna do this unveiling together. You guys ready? All right. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, look at this thing. What do you guys think? I wish that the metal was a little darker. It's like a nickel color, but I still think it'll look really cool. Like, I think that's the cool thing with metals, is that they don't always have to be perfect in order to still really match and look good. All right, guys, here we have it. We have the finished build. This was kind of a pain. I actually ended up having to call it a night last night and get up early and just try to finish it. I ran into a lot of issues right here with the radiator. So this case just is not designed to have a bottom radiator, which I kind of figured I was going to run into this issue. But I was just trying different scenarios where I was trying to get it to fit where I could hide these fans, but there's just no way right now. I do have some ideas, however. I think there's going to be some ways that I can either vertically mount the radiator, or I just came up with an idea as I was finishing it up, and there may be room, there's like an indentation on the back here, and there may be room to actually rear mount a radiator, and then I could put 3 fans at the bottom and then try to force some of that air out the back. So that might be something that I try. But overall, I mean, this is a gorgeous build. It's definitely one of the most premium builds that I've done on this channel. I have a lot more ideas for it, you know, but we're just gonna have to save that for another time until I can collect some of the parts. Yeah, I definitely want to do a screen and put it in here. Maybe positioning the radiator in a different format. There's an opportunity too to vertically mount this if I can get this radiator out of here. So a lot of options, we'll see. Just kind of have to play with it and kind of see what happens after that. I'm really liking these new Lion Li version 2 streamers. Also, something to call out here, the overall case is really easy to actually build in. There's actually a lot of like cable management channels. There's tons of different inlets where you can try to route cables through. So there's lots of options. It's really up to you as a builder to just be creative and figure out how you want to put the PC together. Other than that bottom radiator, if you are thinking about having a 2 radiator setup, you're most likely going to have to do a custom loop. And then that way you'll have more room and more freedom to actually plan the build out, instead of having something that's an AIO that doesn't have very flexible tubing and doesn't even have angled fittings or anything like that. So maybe I'll come back and do that. I do have a bunch of water cooling parts from previous loop. I might be able to just kind of put them in here and see what I can put together, but we'll see. For now, the whole point of this was just to get the build together so I can start deconstructing my old build and just get this one set up and ready to go. That way I can start transferring files and, you know, the not so fun stuff. Some other call outs on this case is that it just feels very premium. I really actually like a lot of the included features with it. One of the included features being this little microfiber cloth. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of a sucker for stuff like this. It actually comes in handy if you have this much glass. You can keep it clean. So I will definitely be using that. Something that I really like too is the hardware for it. Actually comes in a plastic bin like this with separators. Just really easy to keep things organized. Personally, I really like when PC cases go the extra mile and just do little things like that. I really like having organization. Something that you just can't beat with this case is the basically 200 and what would you say, 200 and I don't know, 60-degree glass panorama. I definitely gotta look it up what it actually is, but it looks amazing. Having that much glass, it really accentuates the vertical design of the case. So lately I've been really gravitating towards vertically designed PCs. I think they just look better. Personally, I like having a taller case than a wider one, or a longer one, I should say. Really happy with the way that this turned out, even though I ran into a lot of snags, and I actually ended up having to go buy this case because I was trying to build in a different case and didn't have an MATX board. But overall, if you really enjoyed this build, then definitely drop a like on the video. It really does help me out a ton. Consider subscribing. I post content like this literally every day, whether it's in long format or shorts. And if you're following shorts, I literally post multiple shorts a day. I really love to be engaged with the people that decide to subscribe to me. And then if you could drop me a comment on how you're feeling about the build, if you have any advice, tips, feedback, anything like that, I definitely respond to every single comment that are on my videos, posts, shorts, everything. That's actually one of my favorite parts, is engaging with the people that choose to watch my videos. So if you've made it to this point, I just want to say thank you. For me, this is a huge passion of mine and kind of like a dream just to do stuff like this, and I just want to keep it going. So, and again, I go by Nicky T, and until the next build, guys, see ya.